So the Swaner Nature Preserve, well, it started off life as the Hans Olaf and Henrietta Young Ranch, and it actually was owned by the Union Pacific. They had received every other section from the federal government as they built the Transcontinental Railroad through an act called the Pacific Railway Act of 1862, and basically that was to pay to build the railroad across the country. In 1899, Henrietta Young purchased the property. At that point, inheritance laws were such that wives did not inherit property, so quite a lot of properties were in the wives' names only, so they would own it if something happened to the husband. They were Mormon pioneers and had first settled in Rockport, and Hans was a successful Salt Lake and Park City businessman. He opened his first store in Park City in 1881, Young and Miles. So they probably built the stone house about 1900. And then in the 1892 issue of the Pot Record, Young advertised, this is ad here, for the 100 head of horses and cattle to feed during the winter. So he obviously made a lot of hay. He was looking for 100 head of horse to eat it. In 1889, Young became bishop of the Parleys Park ward, and he served on the building committee for the new church that was constructed in 1896. It's hidden there in the trees, but behind it, this is the Canyon Ski Resort, with the ski runs that come down. And the report was that the congregation was so poor that they used cloth to cover the windows because they couldn't afford glass. I guess they're not doing so well on the ranching. Henrietta died in 1899, and the next year Hans left on a 2-year mission to Norway, which was his home. And while he was gone, his son Andrew lost the ranch in a poker game. Luckily, his daughter Henrietta had married Park City millionaire David McLaughlin. He's the one here on the far right. So she bought the ranch back. And we have this great letter in our collection that he writes from Norway on his mission. Not happy about the son. So Young sold the ranch, and in 1911, Robert Fletcher of Fletcher Farms purchased the property for $5,460. Fletcher Farms was actually a corporate enterprise, and their holdings eventually extended all the way to the Blue Roof Market and into Sun Peak. So again, large amounts of properties needed. And they were in the dairy business. Robert ran for state senate, and he actually served 2 terms. So there's his ad from the newspaper in Wallin County. And so he probably built the barn. And I found the tax records from 1964 and 69, and it listed 13 outbuildings, including the barn, calf run, shelter, implements shed, and even a rabbit pen, so raising rabbits too. Between 1948 and 64, Ray Greenwood and later Ralph and Marie Wallin owned the property, and the Wallins had a number of kids and built an addition onto the stone house, which recently was removed. But the Wallin family owned the ranch until the 1880s, and Ralph was served on the county commission he was elected in 76 and again in 78, so 4 years. Again. So the few ranches that remain in Park City, the High Ute has a conservation easement on it. The city recently placed a conservation easement on the McPolin, and this one is also protected. So our agricultural roots will remain visible for the next generation.